You know the saying, love and hate are two sides of the same coin, and nowhere is that more obvious than in Hollywood. Some of the hottest on-screen couples of all time were actually powered by real-life loathing. While fans swoon over steamy scenes and tearful declarations, the actors themselves were secretly counting down the minutes until they didn't have to look at each other anymore. From icy glares to full-on lawsuits, these co-stars made the magic happen on screen while barely tolerating each other in real life. Take Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, who starred in the 2024 adaptation of It Ends With Us. You'd think playing romantic leads would require at least a little friendliness, but these two skipped right past awkward into explosive. After whispers of tension on set and a very noticeable lack of joint press appearances, things escalated when Lively accused Baldoni of harassment and retaliation in illegal filing. A few weeks later, Baldoni fired back with a $400 million lawsuit against Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, accusing them of trying to destroy his reputation. It's not exactly the rom-com ending fans were expecting. Then there's Dirty Dancing legends Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey. Their chemistry as Baby and Johnny practically defined an era. But behind the scenes, it was more cranky than charming. Grey said she actually begged producers not to cast Swayze based on her unpleasant experience working with him on a previous film. He called her emotional and frustrating, and she admitted she couldn't trust him during filming. Still, the tension somehow translated into one of the most iconic dance scenes in movie history. Speaking of tension, Julia Roberts and Nick Nolte's bad vibes were so legendary, they practically outshined their 1994 film, I Love Trouble. Roberts once called Nolte disgusting, and he fired back saying, she's not a nice person. Word on the street is that by the end of production, they were acting more to stand-ins than to each other. Even couples who ended up dating weren't immune to rough starts. Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams, everyone's favorite couple from The Notebook, couldn't stand each other at first. Gosling even tried to get McAdams replaced. They yelled at each other so much the director had to mediate. And yet somehow, that explosive energy morphed into a real relationship that lasted a few years. Things weren't quite so romantic between Charlie Sheen and Selma Blair. She played his love interest on Anger Management, until she reportedly criticized his work ethic and got herself fired via a profanity-filled text. Sheen later said he wanted to mash her and Jenny McCarthy together and kick them to the curb. Anthony Hopkins and Shirley MacLaine didn't even try to hide their dislike for each other while filming A Change of Seasons. Hopkins called her the most obnoxious actress he ever worked with. MacLaine basically shrugged and said she didn't like him either. And then there's Meryl Streep and Dustin Hoffman in Kramer vs. Kramer. Their characters were going through a brutal divorce, and off camera, it wasn't much better. Hoffman reportedly slapped Streep and goaded her about the death of her boyfriend to get a reaction. She later forgave him, but let's just say it was far from professional. So yeah, maybe enemies to lovers isn't just a fictional trope. Sometimes it's a whole behind-the-scenes saga. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to subscribe by clicking on the channel icon. For more entertainment content, check out some of our other videos.